definition of success. No, not just sleep. Waking up, excited for the day. What's your definition of success? Everyone is different. I've got a few definitions of success, but truthfully, to sleep incredibly and awaken, sometimes that thought of, oh my God, I slept through the night. If you've got insomnia, or if you've had insomnia in the past, I feel you. I've been there a few times in my life. But you know what that's like, don't you? When you do sleep incredibly, it's like I can even remember the times where I opened my eyes and looked at the ceiling. Oh, I did it. I slept through. So that's what I'm here to talk about. How to have really magical, beautiful, spirited sleep, which leads to sparkling success, because I believe in my heart and soul that the road to success, whatever your definition is paved with deep sleep and sweet dreams. My name is Geraldine, and I am a sleep coach, intuitive coach. I'll talk in more detail a little later about, my journey and all the things I learned and qualifications and stuff like that. But I'm passionate about deep sleep and ensuring that it's not getting in the way of you not only creating a life you adore, but actually just flipping, surviving and then thriving. So that's what I want you to think about, first of all. The first thing is, what is success for you? Like, maybe it is sleeping through the night. I know that when I was a very stressed TV producer, which propelled me to doing this work in about the year 2000, I had terrible insomnia. And what I didn't realize was that actually it was causing all of the other ailments and problems in my life. Okay, and I don't want to bore you about me right now, but I just wanted to say I'm Geraldine, and I'm over the moon to be here, and thank you for being here. So today, really, you're in the right place if you have just one too many of those nights where I'm just going to adjust the camera a little bit because I'm sometimes kind of off it. Okay. Just one of those days in the week where you sleep really badly is one day too much. Okay. And I am passionate that not only do you know how to sleep incredibly every night, but that you do sleep incredibly every night and you get really deep, gorgeous, juicy dreams. Because, and this is scientific research now, our dreams are basically therapy. And boy, do we need that in these times. So you're in the right place if you want to optimize your sleep. If you've got insomnia now, or if you've had it in the past, when I had insomnia, it was causing like every ailment under the sun. And I see this with the clients that come to me as well. Their digestive issues, some kind of minor things, but if the lack of sleep, because we need 7 to 9 hours deep sleep every single night, and playing catch up at the weekend, it doesn't work. Okay, and I'm really excited. I'm a bit of a geek on this topic. I'm really excited about this because not only, just my background in healing, in coaching, shamanism, all of those kind of things contribute to my work and help my clients. But now we're in such a gorgeous time where there's a lot of scientific research on the negative impact of sleeping really badly, even, as I said, even one night in a week. If it continues, and not even if it continues, but it affects us now, you know what it's like when you've slept really badly. Like, that day is just grim. But they've also discovered that it leads to Alzheimer's, to cancer, heart problems, even obesity. And it doesn't take long for that to happen, because basically when you're tired, the hormones in your body keep telling you that you're hungry when you're not. It's like this mismatch of information. And usually what happens, and I see this with my clients a lot, that no matter what diet they take or they do, or how long they try and lose the weight, they can't, because basically their sleep is still impacted. They're not sleeping well, and they're eating all of these sugary, salty foods. Does that resonate? Anyone out there who can kind of think, oh my God, I'm just, I do go for those salty, sweet foods. So what to do? Well, that's what we're going to be covering today. I'm going to guide you through the method, which will ensure that basically you are able to sleep well every night. And I'm going to be sharing 3 really simple tips with you, which will help you to just change maybe your mindset, change a few things in your home, maybe even change a few things in your bedroom, or last thing at night or first thing in the morning, so that you are sleeping incredibly every night. So I hope that resonates. I don't want to dwell too much on the problems and the consequences that lack of sleep leads to, because honest to God, I could spend all day, never mind just the next few minutes, talking about that. And I want to really offer a lot of value. I want to help you. I want to give you some actionable and simple steps to take so that you sleep incredibly every single night. So I hope it's okay. I'm gonna feel into whether I'm getting a yes or a no from you. Is it okay to share a little bit of how I discovered these answers that I'm going to be sharing with you today? I mean, some of it is, it gleaned from neuroscience and scientific research, but a little bit about my journey. I'm feeling a yes, but don't go on too long, Jerry. I won't. Okay, so I was an incredibly stressed TV producer, working 70 hours a week and partying like a nutter. I was in my 20s. This is in the 1990s. And I landed one of my dream jobs. I'd never been ambitious before, and I landed a dream job. I was working at Channel 4 in London, in the road that was famous for the restaurants in Charlotte Street. And it was an amazing time. It was like going into a social work. Okay, I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Anyway, I ended up working my way up the ladder of success. As Stephen Covey says, God, it's really difficult to let me just see if that's a bit better. Okay, cool. So I worked my way up that ladder of success, became a TV producer, only to find out the ladder was leaning against the wrong building. And I was producing a show like Jerry Springer, very popular, millions of viewers, called Trisha. And I had this little, inkling in my heart that I wanted to make some kind of a difference in the world. So I kind of fooled myself that I was, because I would make sure that the guests that came on the show to basically broadcast their woes in return for a dinner and a hotel room the night before, that they left the building in a better state than when they arrived. Okay, so I'd make sure that they'd see the counselor after the show. I mean, it's a bit cringy to think of my naivety, thinking that one session with a counselor would help them. But there you go, I'm, I'm a little bit wiser now, just a little bit. So anyway, I wanted to get out of TV and the media industry for a long time. I used to go to little drop-in classes, shiatsu, and it's very similar to acupuncture, and I would basically go and receive treatments every week, because I was so ill. I had nearly every ailment under the sun, and the practitioners would usually be able to put me back together again. And then I'd run out, go hard work or go drinking or partying or something, and put all of their work out of balance. But it was one of the reasons was because I had terrible insomnia. I was a mess. My digestion, my back, my neck, my shoulders, sciatica, terrible sciatica, lower back. Oh my God. You name it. Almost I had it, okay? And as I said earlier, I didn't realize that it all stemmed from the fact that I had terrible insomnia. So wanted to get into TV for years. One morning, I got up, I'd hardly slept, I stumbled to the shower, and I can just feel the pain and the illness as I reflect on that memory, to be honest. I don't know if any of your mornings are like this. If you are an insomnia sufferer, I'm sure that you might relate. I stumbled into the shower, and it was still dark, one of those wintry flipping English mornings. And I go to the shower, and it's like there was a part of me that almost wanted, I was close to a nervous breakdown, that almost wanted me to pass out, because it would give me some respite. I'd be able to sleep. I wouldn't have to go into work and continue on that treadmill. So I put the water on. I'm in the shower. I open up my Body Shop peppermint gel, and just reaches a part of me, brought me alive, thank goodness. I dragged myself into work, sitting with my coffee in the producers' meeting to, plan the week's shows, to have an update. And the words that changed my life were uttered. We're cutting the counselling budget. You what? It was almost like a cross between not hearing it and an echo. They were the words that changed my life. And that day, I couldn't fool myself that I was making any kind of a difference in the world. That day, I handed in my notice. Fast forward, that was in about, 1999, 2000. And lots and lots and lots and lots of, I studied all these things, shiatsu, shamanic healing. I found myself naturally coaching my clients. I created a practice in Harley Street. I was working with the NHS, with people with substance misuse issues. And I had another couple of practices, one in Muswell Hill, and another in the Life Centre in Notting Hill. And I was really, getting great results with my clients. And as I said, I felt like I was naturally coaching them, because, excuse me, a lot of the people that came to me, I'll just have a little sip of water. A lot of people that came to me, because with shiatsu, which is similar to acupuncture without the needles, you're really diagnosing someone. It was a 3-year training, very in-depth. So almost as soon as someone walked in, and I didn't realize I was an empath and quite psychic and all of those things then. I wasn't into the woo-woo stuff. But almost immediately, through looking at their eyes, their complexion, you know, lots and lots of things, I was able to diagnose what was going on with them, even before I laid my hands on their body. And a lot of my clients were at a crossroads, and they were quite unhappy in their work. So that led me to, because I was kind of naturally coaching, I wanted to study it. So I then got a lot of qualifications in different kinds of classical coaching and business, and then also intuitive coaching, which teaches you how to drop from the head to the heart and allow you to just live a life guided by the intuition and the heart. That was hugely life-changing, and it was a time when it was one of the first times, it was one of the times where, like, you know, the carpet that represented my life, that I thought represented my life, was pulled out from under me. It was like, you think that's your life? Yeah, right. So anyway, hugely transformational. And I really looked at how I was living my life, at what I created from the ego. And I had an apartment, I had a home in Muswell Hill in London. I sold that. I went to Hawaii and I lived there for about a year, and then as often as I could after that, swimming with wild dolphins most days, working with Hawaiian shamans, and meeting the goddess Pele, who lived in the volcano. I loved the culture and how close to the culture, and the hula dance. And Hawaii just changed my life. It was amazing. So I had a lot of years of bliss, a lot of years of really great success. And then, boom, the carpet was pulled out from under me again. I hit menopause. And my sleep went, oh, by the way, of course, sorry, I should have said that almost as soon as I left TV, started studying shiatsu, and changed my lifestyle, because I was, fascinated by spiritual things. I didn't go out partying all the time. That my insomnia, it went away for many, many years. But then this pulled the rug. It's a rug, not a carpet, isn't it? The rug was pulled from under me again. I hit menopause. And I started grinding my teeth in my sleep. Really? I mean, honest to God, sometimes it takes me a while to kind of get things. So I was in the entrepreneur world. And I used to joke like, yeah, well, I was up at 3 a.m. today, or I was up at 4 a.m., like thinking I was so clever. When in fact, it was actually insomnia. I wasn't getting the good sleep. It's like the more I devour the sleep statistics, the science, all of the information and the research that's still, it's constantly being pumped out at the moment about sleep. It makes me cringe even more about my time as this, I don't sleep entrepreneur, when actually it was flipping, it was terrible insomnia. But what was also happening was actually I had some unconscious trauma that was unconscious, and that became conscious. I used to always say, is it Carl Jung? Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will rule your life and you'll call it fate. And it's kind of like you don't know what you don't know. And once this trauma became conscious, I was then able to heal and peel off an extra layer of that onion. And I find this a lot with my female executives that come to me with insomnia. It might be some surface thing. It might be something really simple, like changing something in their bedroom, or, creating more gentle evening routine. And we'll be talking about all of these things very shortly. But sometimes, it is, we have to go a little bit deeper. Not often. So I've lived through that. And now my life, excuse me, I love my life. I took a good few weeks off during the summer, and I fulfilled one of my dreams. I actually, I used to have this joke that I wanted to be kidnapped by a long-haired hippie with a camper van, right? But like, well, sod that, he ain't coming. So I actually bought myself a van, and I just had the most magical time. I spent a lot of time in Glastonbury, and I also fulfilled another one of my dreams there, which was ecstatic dance DJing. I don't know if you're familiar with ecstatic dance, but it's like partying without drugs or alcohol. And I've always wanted to DJ, so that's another dream that I fulfilled in the last few months. Weirdly enough, I'm now an ecstatic dance DJ as well, and I played at the Goddess Conference in Glastonbury, which was so much fun. And they loved me and my music. So the reason I'm sharing all of that is that you don't have to leave your job like I did and totally change your life. It can be really, really simple shifts. Like my client, Natalie. My first Insomnia success story was published in the Daily Mail in the UK in 2005. And Natalie Leeson, she had terrible insomnia. She had, let me read out her testimonial, actually. It's one of my favorites. As I said, this was the Daily Mail, 2005. Where is she? I've had insomnia since I was 12. For decades, I would be up most nights. I was in utter turmoil. I was prescribed antidepressants, then temazepam. After 10 years of this, I saw Geraldine. I was soon calmer and happier. I started to go to sleep at 11 p.m. and I wouldn't wake up until 7 a.m. I still enjoy sleeping normally. That's, as I said, taken. Have I already said the Daily Mail? That was taken from the Daily Mail in 2005. And I've got a gazillion more of those. If it's possible for one person, it's possible for you. Like, I've put decades of my life into this. And first of all, thank you for being here. I didn't thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. And yeah, let's rock this sleep thing. Let's have some spirited sleep and sparkling success. Have you come up with your answer about your definition of success? Maybe it's just to sleep through the night once or every night, or maybe it's your dream home. But please keep thinking about that. Keep thinking about that. So I'm going to share with you the method. This is the steps that I take my clients through to ensure that they sleep deeply, incredibly every night. The first step, I'm really conscious of the time, but we're okay. I'm going to just take a nice, deep, slow breath and choose to serve you to the utmost, and we'll get through this. I've also got a gift for you of a PDF, Deep Sleep, Sweet Dreams PDF. There you go. There's the little link. My website is being relaunched, so I trust that it's all working fabulously. I had a bit of a huge relaunch and rebirth during the summer, and everything changed. It's been a very exciting, wild ride of a time. So hopefully you will be able to opt in for the meditation and the PDF there. But also on that page, there will be the links to my Instagram and social media and everything. So even if you don't get to the website, find me on social media and I'll send this gift to you. So let me walk you through the 5 steps of the method. The first, this is the magical mind method, by the way. The first is, what would you love? Okay, so I've already asked you, what's your definition of success? Maybe that will help you to think, what would you love? What would you love to create? Maybe it is an amazing night's sleep, or maybe it's the success in your business, a sexy dream relationship. So that's the first step. It's getting clarity. Oh, well, let me see how the board is showing. One, what would you love? WWUL. That's my favorite question of all time. I ask that a million times a day. I don't obviously ask it a million times a day, but it's my favorite question. And it's more powerful than any woo-woo stuff, okay? Neuroscience. Once you start focusing on what you would love, it connects you to the one mind. It sparks neural pathways, new neural pathways in your brain. And the more you think about what you would love, whether it's a one answer or many things, it's strengthening those neural pathways, okay? Number two. So first step, what would you love? Second, where are you now in relation to that? I'm going to prop up this board a little more. So where are you now in relation to that? What I mean by that is, how awful is sleep at the moment? What's it creating? Is it causing problems in your relationships? Maybe you've had a scary, horrible diagnosis of cancer or something like that. Maybe you're having difficulty at work, or you're just not creating the kind of success that you want to create. I feel a little bit like I'm kind of Beatles about camera at the moment with my funny board, but there you go. There you go, that's a bit better. What do you believe? So also in your current reality, what are you believing about you and your health, or about you and your sleep? That you'll never be able to sleep well again? That it's been so long, having this illness or this ailment. Oh God, the worst one. The doctor told me. Not curable. The doctor, or maybe you're on pills and you kind of want to get off them, but you can't see how. So that's that big bag of your current reality. Now, something really powerful has happened when you get clear on what you would love. Okay. Point A, what you would love, and point B, where you are now in relation to it. A, B. Let's say we have this elastic band. Okay. A, B. So there's a phrase that you might want to write this down. Tension seeks resolution. Maybe you're feeling a little bit of tension because you looked at your current reality. You looked at the things that are not rosy and bright and beautiful. At the moment. You see, I love Abraham Hicks, right? But I was at The Secret and all of that malarkey. I used to love it loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and be really into it. And I would think that it was really bad to, focus on the negative stuff, but it's actually not. You've got to be real. This is alchemy. This is alchemy, baby. It's like if you want to drive from London to Manchester, this is for you English people, okay? You choose your own destinations in America or wherever you are. You can't get to Manchester unless you know where your starting point. Okay, so it's the same. But also, it's a really powerful, creative piece of wisdom that I'm about to share with you. And that is point A, okay, what you would love. And point B is current reality. When you look at these 2 points, the tension increases. But what did I say earlier? Who wrote that down? Tension seeks resolution. So, what's bound to happen, what has to happen, it's a law of nature, is that you're propelled towards your dream, you're propelled towards your end result. When you're clear on what you would love, and you're clear about where you are in relation to it, not only does it spark intuition and guidance and wisdom, but actually what it does is it propels you, your consciousness automatically starts to look for answers and steps to take and guidance and connections, and someone calls you, like, again, you're connecting with the one mind. And I could really go into the weeds here and really deep in. There's so much more I could share with you, but next time. So the first step, where are you now? What would you love? Second step, where are you now in relation to that? The third step, what's the resist dance? I like to call it resist dance. What's the resistance? If you could put all of this, all of the answers you gave here into a bag, okay, and give it a number from 0 to 5, with 0 being, no, 0 to 10, with 0 being no resistance at all, and 10 being the most resistance you could imagine, like a big boulder. What number would you give it? Just the first number that comes to mind, okay? Just jot that down. Just good to know, just good to notice. So that's the third step. First step, what would you love? Where are you now in relation to it? Third step, how much resistance? How much resistance? And the fourth step is where I take you through the respark process, where we actually connect with your superconscious and we allow that resistance to drop. One of the modalities that's included in this respark is called the MAP method, and it was used basically with people with severe trauma and PTSD. And it's a really powerful way of just dropping it without years and years and years of therapy. Very, very, very powerful. Because you're super conscious. You have 3 memories. You have a superconscious, which has been with you through all time and space. It was passed down through your actually 7 generations. It's been proven by Bert Hellinger of Family Constellations. You hold 7 generations of memories, of beliefs, of fears. And these are some of the reasons why people can't sleep and have insomnia. You know, if you thought it was unsafe to sleep at night, or, you know, you have nightmares of stuff, then maybe it's not yours. It's like you've got the looks of perhaps a grandmother or a great grandmother. So it makes sense that all of this other stuff would be passed down as well. So we use a lot of but basically just connecting commands to connect with your superconscious and ask it to just drop. Your superconscious just wants experiences. The other 2 memories I'll just quickly cover are the unconscious, which comes in around the 3rd trimester. okay? The unconscious. And it's the part of us that learns languages, learns to drive. It's like when you start learning to drive, like, oh, how am I going? And then suddenly you can drive. You get from A to B, you're smoking a fag, hopefully not, listening to music, changing the radio, doing your Bluetooth, all of that malarkey. And, it's just automatic. That's your unconscious. And then we've got the self-conscious. Some people call it the ego. And that comes in between the ages of 4 and 7. So in this work, we're working with all of these 3 levels of consciousness, okay? Most practices, even with hypnotherapy, they're only working with 2. So we're working with the superconscious so that you are really creating this highest outcome, whether that's deep sleep and amazing sweet dreams. So you're wondering, aren't you? So that's the re-spark. You're wondering, what's the 5th step, Geraldine? What's the 5th step? You know that all of this has worked when you take action. Now, I'm going to, what's the phrase? Quick to the chase, hit to the chase, whatever that phrase is, and share these 3 tips with you, okay? Because very often when people connect with their superconscious and their intuition, they get guidance. They know why they haven't been sleeping, or why maybe they're not creating their dream home or their incredible relationship. And once we drop that, then you need to take action. But you're taking action from this healed, higher, juicy, gorgeous place of not needing it. It's almost like, I already have what I love. So now, from that place, I'm going to take action to create more of what I love. Does that make sense? So the 3 tips that I want to share with you today. The first one is creating a goddess bedroom. Okay. Now, this was a really effective for one of my clients, because she realized that actually, when she went to sleep, her bedroom was like a flipping cockpit. There was all of these lights, and there was street lights, and there was a clock radio, and there was her flipping chargers and all of that malarkey. So this one step helped her to heal her insomnia. Okay, actually it was two things combined that she took action with. So have a think about how relaxing and juicy and inviting, it's like, I had my snuggly pillow, just it's like, have gorgeous things that make you feel that you want to go into the bedroom, and that you're quite happy to get up in the morning after a brilliant night's sleep, and you don't have to keep pressing that snooze button. So that's one thing that I would really look at. And then the other thing is, I'm just going to take a little sip of water. The other thing, I'm going to save the really big, gorgeous, juicy tip till last. Get out in the sunshine first thing in the morning, and wait as long as you can to have any caffeine, okay? Now, I could go into a whole explanation around cortisol, which has a bad rap, but actually, when you wait, you're not when you wait, okay, for at least an hour before you have your first bit of caffeine, whether it's coffee or whatever, you're giving yourself a 12-hour boost, okay? And it's good. It's a good cortisol boost, because you need that to live and be sparky and be successful. So, but if you wait for a little while after you get up, and the other part of this tip is sunshine, to get out as early as you can. Okay, I know some of us haven't got sunshine, but even just if you get an app called LUX, you'll see the difference in the light indoors, which is very, very, very weak, and the light outdoors, which is super strong, even when it's cloudy, okay? All of these things are on my PDF, by the way. I talk about the Lux app, where you can measure the light. And then the final tip, and I'm going to leave you with this, is to create a morning routine. But have you gathered I'm not normal? So my morning routine starts the night before, okay? And this is what you do. You get clear on how you want to wake up in the morning. How do you want to feel? Okay? How do you want to feel when you wake up in the morning? What do you want your first thoughts to be? Yeah? And as we're starting our morning routine the night before, what I'd love you to do, and this is so powerful, write down 3 wins that you had that day. Just a quick explanation, it changes your thinking. So you're not lying there and worrying, right? So 3 wins that you had that day. They could be huge, they could be small. I saw a bird, I heard a bird say, like, and what would you like to do? What 3 wins would you like to achieve tomorrow? Okay, and now, another thing for your nighttime morning routine is, what do you want your consciousness to work on? What questions, what answers do you want while you sleep? Okay, and then just a real quick one about your the morning. I've already talked about sunshine and coffee. The only other one thing I would say is to, as much as you can, get up at the same time every day, okay? Before the sun, amazing. I mean, meditation, journaling, they're all incredible things. So I'm going to wrap up very, very soon, but I just want to check. Yeah, lots of stuff that I still want to talk about. But when you go to that link, connect with me. Let's play further another time. Because, yeah, as you can tell, I don't know if you can tell, but I have a lot of information, a lot of goodies that I'd love to share with you. So let's play. And have you got clarity on what that end result is that you'd love? Like, what is it that you'd love? I want to tell you one quick story about a client before we wrap up, actually. So before I had all these amazing tools, this is like 20 years ago, I used to ask my clients this question: what's the dream that you think you can't have? Okay. One of my clients, and anyway, so what's the dream you think you can't have? So one of my clients sent me an email, Geraldine, you never believe it. I wrote down that I want to sit in, he was a school teacher, right? So not connected to this dream at all. I want to sit in the audience and watch a play that I've written and produced. That happened last night. And he'd only written the dream down a few months before. So try out that question. What's the dream that you think you can't have? Connect with me. I love you so much. It's time, not only for deep sleep and sweet dreams, but spirited sleep and sparkling success, your definition of success. Lots and lots of love. Bye now.